Okay, so I'm making this video on the day when a huge anti-tourism saturation protest will be taking place in the centre of Palma. And you would have seen on my previous videos, I did warn you that it will be taking place over in Plaza España in the Parque de Estaciones area at around 7 p.m. But what is the atmosphere like in Palma? Well, I am down here just on the edge of Plaza Mayor. I'm at a friend's apartment here. And I know when you see this news coverage, it's going to make international media. It's going to obviously make the local media as well. There's going to be lots of conversation about the anti-tourism protests too. I'm sure we're going to see some ugly looking placards too being held up, but really it's going to leave a lot of holiday makers worried about coming over here on holiday. So I wanted to show you what the atmosphere is like over here in Palma. Well, I'm in the centre. We can see a lot of people are out shopping today. There are a lot of people going for lunch. There are a lot of people having coffees, having ice creams, and just having a very nice day in the centre of the town. Is it threatening? No, it's not. Are there people shouting anti-tourism slogans at anyone in the centre of Palma? No, there aren't. And the protest is obviously being done for a reason, complaining about the amount of people that we have on the island and about the critical lack of affordable housing for anyone living here in Mallorca. But I'm going to be making a bigger video about that, so if you would like to see that video, consider subscribing to the channel, and that video will be coming out soon. But for now, take a look below, see what's going on here in Palma, it's very peaceful, it's very quiet, just people going about their business. But don't take my word for it, because while I was out and about making my videos, I talked to several holiday makers around the island as to whether they felt welcome over here on holiday in Mallorca, and this is what they had to say. Okay, so I'm just talking to Claire over here in Palma Nova, but first of all I have to ask you, do you feel welcome here on the island?
Absolutely. We've actually visited 3 places, so Palma Nova is our 3rd place on our visit, and everywhere we've been made very welcome. We come to Magaluf and Palma Nova at least once a year, sometimes twice, and I've never felt unwelcome any of the times I've been. They're really welcoming. It's a great place.
Okay, so I'm just bumped into Michelle and Stephen from Edinburgh. How welcome do you feel over here in Mallorca?
You know what, very welcome. We haven't seen a single thing anti-tourist wise at all. It's been fantastic.
That is brilliant to hear. Guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Thank you.
So I've just come up outside the Hotel Sir and I've bumped into Malcolm, who is from Cramlington, which is near Whitley Bay on Tyneside. I have to say as well, I'm asking everybody this summer, do you feel welcome over here in Mallorca as a tourist coming from the UK? How welcome do you feel? Tell me about that.
I feel quite welcome. Never had anybody protesting or saying that we shouldn't be here. The staff in the hotel are friendly, the shops are. I've got no gripes at all, Alex, no gripes at all.
That's absolutely fantastic to hear. Thank you very much for talking to me, Malcolm. Have a fantastic rest of your holiday. Okay, so I've just met Kenny from Five. With all the news that we've had about the protests over here in Mallorca, do you feel welcome over here still?
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing. That's all media. There's been absolutely no change here from any other year that we've been here at all. We've not seen anything to do with protests. Any protests have been happening in Palma, which is along the road. It hasn't affected us whatsoever, and we're speaking to some staff and are ringing here as well, and they're basically saying the same. They need tourists, they need the business to keep the place running. There's been absolutely nothing at all.
That is fantastic. Kenny, thanks ever so much for talking to me. Enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Thanks very much, thank you.
So Jim, tell me where you're from.
Yeah, we're from Cornwall.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you as well, with all the news that we've had recently, do you feel welcome still here in Mallorca after all of this time?
We followed all the news, checked it regularly, and we were surprised when we actually got here that we did see no protests for a start. Nobody was against us coming. We've had no animosity at all. We've been very welcome. In fact, the people that we visit obviously rely on the tourist industry. So without the tourists, they will have the money to support the island. So, no, we love it here, and we've had no animosity shown towards us in any way at all.
So I've just bumped into Sharon and Stephen, who are here on holiday. You were seen in the press about people not being welcome over here in Mallorca, so the press say. What's your opinion from over here in Palma Nova?
I wouldn't believe it. We've been really, really welcomed by everybody, so we really love it, don't we? Everybody's been lovely.
That is absolutely fantastic to hear, guys. Thanks so much for talking to me. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. Okay, so I'm over here on Magaluf Strip. I'm just outside the Three Lions here, and I'm talking to Charlotte. Charlotte, good evening. Hello. And I have to ask you as well, because I've been asking everyone, do you feel welcome over here in Mallorca?
Absolutely, we were only saying that the other day, me and my mum. We feel really welcome. There's no hostility or anything. We love it, yeah.
So, I have to cut this clip in. I've been filming my news update, and I've met the very lovely Graham, who is from the UK. Whereabouts are you from in the UK?
Sheffield.
From Sheffield. But I have to say, I always ask everyone the question, how welcome do you feel as a British person on the island over here in Mallorca? Do you still feel welcome here?
Yes. Yeah, I think the people here are lovely. I just love the place. It's so good.
And it's great as well to hear that you still feel welcome here on the island.
I love it.
So thank you very much for talking to me, and you'll be seeing yourself on TV soon.
It's the best place in the world.
Okay, so I wanted to finish this video off by coming down to one of Mallorca's most popular holiday resorts. I'm down here in Palma de Mallorca. I'm right at the back of Son Matias Beach. Now we're just hours away from the demonstration, which is soon going to be held in the centre of Palma. It's not going to be held around here in Palma de Mallorca. There's a big difference between the two places, but I really wanted to put your mind at rest because, well, this is a democratic society and people have the right to protest over here in Spain. You've seen the protest. We've had a protest back in May. It's happening again tonight, and my goodness, we're going to be seeing the press coverage. It's already been promoted on the BBC News. I've seen it on the BBC. I've seen press articles about it, and we're going to be seeing a lot of coverage about it. It's going to be talked about on talk shows, on radio and TV talk shows as well. And I am here in Palma de Mallorca to put your minds at rest about what the reality is over here if you're coming on holiday this summer. Now you can see we're down here on the Sunday. I think the most threatening thing we're seeing are the clouds and the winds that we have down here today. That should all clear away and die down pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. But we're going to take a quick walk down the back of the beach. I'm going to show you what it is like over here today. There are no protests taking place in the resorts. So anyone coming over here, and you would have seen on the interviews as well, everyone is being made to feel welcome. The hoteliers are welcoming people. The bars and restaurants are welcoming people. In fact, we depend upon tourism over here in Mallorca as well. If you are spending your hard-earned money this summer on a holiday with your family, coming over here to Mallorca, please do not worry too much. But these protests are about so much more. It's not about you coming over here on holiday. It's about other issues, and I'm going to cover that in a video coming out either tomorrow or Tuesday as well. Keep an eye out for that. And it's about wanting people to be able to afford to live over here on the island, which at the moment people just can't afford to do. The rents here are just absolutely crazy. Too many properties have been sold off for Airbnbs as well, but there's even more about that too. It's a much bigger story. Anyway, let's turn the camera around. Let's take a look at what Palma de Mallorca is like just before the demonstrations this evening. So as we come down the back of Son Matias Beach here, we can see lots of people out and about. We can see residents, we can see holidaymakers too. The one thing we can't see though, any anti-tourism graffiti. There's no banners down here. There's plenty of wind, but there's no banners, there's no graffiti. Just taking a look around. So, as you can see, coming down here down the back of Son Matias Beach, there are no protests taking place over here in Palma de Mallorca. There's no graffiti, there's no signage, there's nobody chanting at anyone to leave the beach or anything like that. It's just a normal day down here in Palma de Mallorca, and the most unusual thing about today is just the high winds that we do have here in July. But if you are new to my channel, go and have a look back over my previous content which has come out from the resorts, particularly recently since the last protest again. Will anything change after the protest? For you guys coming over on holiday, I very much doubt it. You're going to come over here, you're going to have a fantastic holiday, you're going to leave with plenty of photos and memories and positive things to happen on your holiday as well. The last thing that you're going to encounter is any kind of anti-tourism protest, I'm pretty sure of that. Okay everyone, I'm going to bring you some more news about this coming out this week. Consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I'm trying to offer an alternative opinion from what you're seeing maybe in the mainstream media. I'm doing my best here. I support tourism on the islands, I support businesses, I support local businesses, and I support sustainable tourism over here on the island too. So on that note, thanks very much for watching. From over here in Palma de Mallorca, I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.